Whew. You gotta wear the blue shirt when it's Tuesday, SmackDown Live. You know what's going on, guys. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What's going on YouTube right now? I was checking out this game called Fortnite. It seems like it's like a popular game nowadays. It's pretty new, I guess. I was just, checking it out to see how it's going. Yeah, I'm sorry that I haven't been focusing or recording any more episodes of Season 2, the Big 30. It's just that I've just been, doing other things. You guys know I'm hanging with my sister, hanging out at her place, I just want to talk about something right now, though. I'm going through some, withdrawals, I always get those withdrawals. So, when you're off the booze and you're off the drugs, when you're used to drinking all the time and smoking weed all the time, and you haven't done it lately, it's been 30 days today, since February 20th. February 20th was when I took my last hit of marijuana. And I just got into like a bad situation at the end of the month, at the end of February there. So I, started talking to my sister. This month of March, basically most of March, I've been at my sister's place. I'm just trying to get myself better. I'm at home right now. I'm sober. I don't really need to stay at her place to stay sober. But, it's a good thing that I go to her place most often because, if I'm having a hard time and stuff like that, her and her boyfriend, they're gonna, speak to me and stuff like that, But yeah, I've been going there quite a bit, so it's during the week, so I'm gonna kind of like just stay home during the week. And then when it comes to like Friday and Saturday, the weekend is, when I'll go, back to her place, because that was the plan. The plan was to go there on weekends, right? Because during the week, you have your alone time, you do your own thing, your own space, you don't want to hang around people too long, no, it's not a rude thing, it's just that you want to have your own space, for like a few days or whatever, right? And then after 3-4 days or whatever, you go back or whatever, and yeah, so yeah, everything's going good. We still have some issues, but it's all part of the withdrawals, because the withdrawals can make you pretty angry. And that's just the way it is. You can't do nothing about it, right? that's just life, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I am still upset, and I know that I should put things in the past, and I still haven't completely done that. I've done it a little bit, but I'm not like everybody else. You know what I mean? That shit takes time to put things in the past. You know, I did get mean, with my sister. We had some bad arguments, and, a lot of threats were said, but, we're getting better, we're cool and everything. She's trying to help me, but, when there's days where you get the withdrawals, you kind of have a freak out. I don't know what the hell is wrong, but yeah, it's just, it's just natural, I guess. It's, like I said, it's all part of the withdrawals. It's a hard thing though. It's hard, it's hard being sober because, you're like, when you're that kind of person that's used to the alcohol and that's used to the drugs, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're kind of used to the party life, not the sober life. But if you keep focusing on the party life and you don't focus, and you can't stand or you can't stay in the sober life, then there's really something wrong with you. Because there's a lot of people out there, right, that say, the sober life is kind of boring. Oh, the sober life, is not fun. It's not the same as being intoxicated or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But those people who say that, though, they're just haters. They're just turning you down. They don't care because they don't know what the sober life is all about. Or they do, but they can't stand it. They can't stand being sober. And you know what? I was the same way. For so long, I was the same way. I didn't care about anything else. It got to a point where I didn't care about having a phone because I went 2 months or a month and a half without a phone. So yeah, there was just times where I didn't give a shit, but now the only reason, I'm going to tell you guys the truth, okay? I mean, I shouldn't say, I'm just doing it for them. I should do it for myself, and I am. But the only real reason why I'm getting better and staying clean and sober is because my sister is back in my life. I'm going out more. I'm going to her place. I walk to her place all the time. It's under an hour to walk to her house from my house. It's 45, 50 minutes. The one night there, it took me only 35 minutes to get to the plaza where she lives. But of course, her house is a little further, by 5 minutes. So it's 40 minutes. So yeah, so that's why, everything is good right now. If she was living further, say, downtown or, the other part of Kingston, I probably wouldn't be going there as much. I would only be going there when I have my money, when I have bus fare. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be going there like I do right now. But it all depends on where she lives. I mean, it is still a little distance when you're walking. But, I mean, I enjoy the walk because I'm getting in better shape. So it's just not, you know, I'm not just stopping, oh my God, how do I say this, man? I just didn't stop drinking, and I just didn't stop smoking. I actually am starting to get in better shape. I'm walking more days because, like I said before, it's the same distance from walking to my house to Walmart, and that's like almost an hour. That's about the same time, about 50 minutes. Okay. But I only went and I only walked to Walmart or walked that distance if I had money. You know, that was my only reason for going out. When I didn't have any money, I didn't go to those places. But I don't need to have money to go to my sister's place. I don't need to have money for that. You know, of course, when I have money, yeah, I'll still go to her place. You know, it's more fun because we can, order pizza or go to the buffet, or if she wants to go to Cineplex, or we can do a lot of fun things. So like instead of drinking and instead of smoking pot, go to the movies, go to the buffet, go bowling, play video games. You know what I mean? Like, that's the life that I miss, and that's the life that I want to go back to, and that's the life that I just want to stay in. And yeah, man, like, that's what I'm doing right now. Now, starting in July, on Canada Day, July 1st, Canada is going to be legalizing marijuana. So, July is probably going to be it's going to be a more harder month, because once I hear about, Canada legalizing marijuana, and they're supposed to be selling it at the LCBOs, at the liquor stores. And what I heard from some cab drivers, that Kingston is going to be the first place to legalize and to sell marijuana at the LCBO. But why do I say that in July it's going to make things harder? Because, well, I'm trying my best to stay sober, and once you hear that they're going to start selling that stuff, it's going to be a temptation, right? It's going to be like, you're going to be like, oh my God, that's so cool. You don't have to worry about these friggin' drug dealers. You can just go to the store and buy it yourself. You don't have to worry about these drug dealers. You don't have to worry about them like not having any weed, or if they're low or dry on weed. You don't have to worry about that anymore. But I'm going to try my best and just say to myself, okay, that's cool that we're legalizing marijuana, but whatever, I'm done with that life. You know what I'm saying? It's but yeah, the temptations are still going to be there, no matter what. And July is not for for a while. We still have months to go until the summertime, but they may be legalizing it in July. But I heard that they're not going to be selling it until September. So, I mean, that's a long time away. I mean, we're in the third week of March. We're getting into the end of March, and we're getting into April, WrestleMania season. So, we have a long time away until July. We have a long time away until September. So, I mean, by then, like my sister said, once in a while, or, like a special occasion. But you know what? I know she's saying that, once in a while, they don't mind if it's like once in a while, and they don't mind if it's a special occasion. But once I get back into that stuff, like once I start drinking and smoking weed, I'm gonna want to do it like all the time. But once I'm like off it, yeah, it's hard, and the temptations can still be there, the cravings can still be there. It's all part of the withdrawals, right? So all that stuff is going to be there, but my mind is saying, you know what? Forget that. Forget it. I lived that life. I've been down that road. I lost my family members. I lost my grandmother, who was an alcoholic. My family didn't want nothing to do with me, including my sister. But as long as I stay positive, and as long as I stay clean and sober, and I don't touch any of that stuff, my sister is going to be there for me. She's not going to, we might have some arguments and stuff like that, but she's not going to, cut me out of her life. If I'm sober, she's not going to do that. She's only going to do that if I relapse and if I fuck up. So, you know what, we'll see what happens in July. We'll see what happens when Canada legalizes marijuana, and we'll see when special occasions come around. The special occasion just passed. That was St. Patrick's Day, March break, but more like St. Patrick's Day. March break is people, for kids that are out of school. But St. Patrick's Day was a special occasion because that was a drinking day. People drink on St. Patrick's Day, right? But I was sober. This year I was sober on St. Patrick's Day. So that's a start. That's a big thing because my friend Matt, who lives upstairs, he told me that's a huge success that I was sober on one of the days of the year, on the day that everyone drinks, which is like St. Patrick's Day, and of course like New Year's Eve, stuff like that, right? But yeah, nah, man, I'm not living that life right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just, and it's not just because I don't have any money. There's going to be people out there that are probably going to say, oh, he's not drinking right now because he doesn't have any money. But we'll see what happens at the end of the month. Well, I stopped on February 20th. And February 28th, the end of February, I didn't even crave to drink. I didn't even buy any booze. And I haven't bought any booze. I haven't drank. I haven't smoked any pot. I need to stay in this life because I know what's going to happen if I go back. And if I relapse, I know that my sister is going to leave me again. I know that my sister is going to say, you know what, this is it. You're just going to keep on going back. You're going to keep on drinking. You're going to keep on fucking up your life. Because right now they're helping me. And if I go back to that life, they're going to feel like I used them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want that to happen. And you know what? As long as she's in my life, you know, I'm going to stay sober. I'm not going to let the bad shit happen anymore. I'm not going to let these errors happen anymore, because I already know where it's going to lead me. And I don't want my family to disappear out of my life again, because that really hurts. So I just want to thank my sister one more time for coming back to my life. I love you, Sarah.